YouTube was good. Benny Matthews here with the vibrations. Coming here to serve you. Let's get right into the video. So, before we even get to the video, I'm gonna hit that like button, man. Hit that like button because your boy got something to say. Let go of woman. All right. Now I know there's that one guy in the back saying, "Let go of woman." Oh no, he gay. He gay. He gay. Nah. First off, I'm not gay. All right. But you gotta let go of woman. What you mean? What you mean let go of woman? I love bitches. Let them go. But bitches, let them go. All right. You have to let women go. All right. Let me give you a little background. I'm just coming from lunch with my boys. All right. And I really didn't want to go because I really do just hang out to myself. I really I don't need to go to restaurants all the time. I've been working in restaurants for years, so like I'm just not a big fan of going out to restaurants or drinking. I'm the type of guy like, why would I spend $10 on some wings when I can go to the grocery store and buy wings for $10 that'll last me a week. I'm just one of those type of guys. I'm very frugal with my money, not because I'm cheap at all. And I'm not cheap at all. I know where to spend my money at and where it's appropriate to spend money. But I don't know, man. Something in me was saying to myself, like, yo, man, just go out. Just hang out with your boys, man. I haven't seen these guys in years. And I'm glad I did, Something about my peers. All my peers are older than me, All of them are good, like 5, 6, 7 years older than me. I mean, I just the type of people who I hang out with. I always hung out with older people. I was always like the youngest one. Even with women, I tend to date older women. That's just me. I don't know. I don't know why. I probably do know why. We can talk about that in another video, but let's get back to the focus. We had a conversation about a lot, man, and it's just so nourishing to see how far that we've grown. And one of my boys was just, we was talking about relationships, marriage, kids, and one thing that really stood out the most was women. And because if you're a straight man, we love talking about women. We love women in general. But it was one of the conversations that I had with them that they looked at me like, yo. It was the idea that I told them like, yo, man, I just let go of women indefinitely. Now, what do I mean by that? As you guys know, I started, I guess my journey to enlightenment last year around this time. And I didn't have the opportunity to until me and my ex broke up. I made a couple of videos about my ex. Shout out to her because I am the man who I am today because of her. So, thank you. Now, what I'm getting at in this video is, because I was so focused into her, and even outside of her, I was more focused into hoes, bitches, women. I didn't know who I was as a man. I didn't know what I was about. I didn't know my value as a man. I didn't have no confidence. I didn't have no self-esteem. I didn't have no integrity as a man because I always attached myself to a woman all the time. And it wasn't until I separated myself from everything that was outside of me, whether it was woman, that was liquor, that was marijuana, anything that didn't have to do with me internally, I let go. And sex was one of the biggest things that was tough for me to let go. And I let it go. I had to because at the point in time in my life, I was just saying to myself, like, it has to be more than life than what it is right now, I'm the type of guy that I can get any woman that I want because I'm for sure about myself. I have the game, as you want to call it. I have the swag. I have the charisma, whatever you guys want to call it. I know that about myself when it comes to women, but what I also do know too is I can never keep a woman. Never. That's a whole different scenario, but I can never keep a woman in the sense of like, because I always want more women. That's why, So basically, I just couldn't be committed to nobody, I've always had the problem of wanting more. More woman, more attention, more pussy, just that was my thing. And it wasn't until I just let women go in general, I started finding out who I really am. I started understanding myself as a man. Like, I was questioning myself, like, yo, why am I always attaching myself to a woman? Why is that? And one of the things I found out is I didn't like being alone. You know, I did not like, being alone for me meant that, like I was, I guess, unattractive, or, I'm letting pussy go out the window because I'm like, yo, I base my value on women. You know, if women saw me, as hot, as women saw me attractive, that made me feel good about myself. And I had to learn to myself, I'm like, yo, man, I shouldn't base myself off of a woman at all. Like, in the end of the day, women come and go. I'm still here. I'm going to still be who I am and who I'm trying to be in the end of the day, whether this woman stayed with me or not. So the idea of, yo, Vinny, like, you're going to be alone without these women, I had to throw that out the window. I used to base my value on sex. As much sex as I could get from women, that made me feel like, oh, man, I'm just superior. I'm just the ultimate man. And I had to realize, like, yo, man, sex means shit. What does sex do? I'm transmuting my energy to somebody else. I am, putting myself at risk to having more kids. I am putting myself at risk to getting more diseases. STDs, sexual transmitted diseases, or sexually transmitted demons. A lot of women are just succubus. And I had to learn that the hard way because in the end of the day, and I'm like, yo, why am I getting all these girls? Why am I sleeping with all these women? But I still felt empty inside. I felt empty inside because like it just wasn't doing it for me. I was the type of guy that I would hook up with like 4 or 5 girls a week. I'll create a Tinder page, or I could just just something, man. Like I would just be crazy amount of women, but at the end of the day, man, it never made me feel satisfied. Even in my relationships, I had women who wanted to be with me, wanted to give me everything, but it wasn't enough, and I had to do a lot of healing. A lot of healing, a lot of identifying who I am as a man, understanding who I am, learning about myself, man. Like, yo, like I'm 30 years old, I'm still finding out who I am. When I first started my journey, I had an end point. Now that I'm understanding, like, yo, there is no end point. Like, this whole journey is my life. As long as I'm still breathing, I am still living in my journey. And it wasn't until I started letting go the idea of like I needed women to feel fulfilled or successful that I started knowing who I am. I started understanding what I actually want out of life. There's an other side of work. There's an other side of life outside of relationships. There's an other side of life outside of sex. But we live in a world now where like, yo, everything is so sexualized. They sell sex in everything you freaking do. Everything. I'm a father of 2 kids, man. The stuff that I be seeing like in the cartoon shows, I'm like, yo, really? Back in my day, sex was not, you would not, not even question, not even dance around the subject of sex, but there's sex everywhere. Look at your Instagram page right now. What are women doing out there? They're selling their sex. They're selling their souls. And you're giving them everything you want because, I guess, yes, we are human beings. So we're naturally attracted to something. As a man, I'm naturally attracted to something that's feminine. So when I see something sexy, I'm naturally drawn to it. But it's taking away my focus, Me letting go of one woman is taking away all that distraction because, I'm not distracted by TV. I'm not a guy who watches a lot of TV, I'm not distracted by what's going on with he say, she say shit because, I'm very isolated. I'm very to myself. But one thing that I am distracted by is women. Woman was like my kryptonite. I swear to God to you. Women could get anything they want out of me not because, like I was like on some beta male shit or I was very feminine in the sense that I give a woman everything she wanted, which may or may not be true. But like I said, I held my self-esteem. I, carried myself in a way where I felt like, yo, if I don't have a lot of women, man, who am I as a man? Like, I'm sent in this world to be slinging dick with these hoes, but in the end of the day, man, it got me nowhere. It got me nowhere. No, now, don't get me wrong. There have been a lot of women who's actually been a good influence in my life, who actually served my life, who actually gave value to my life. But that's a very small Very small percentage. Majority of the women, yo, they were just tools. They were just objects to me, you know. And it wasn't until I let the idea of like, yo, I need sex or I need women that I was able to finally feel free. As corny as that sounds, I guess it sounds corny as hell, but it's real. You know, a lot of us, you know, we have coping mechanisms that we attend to, I guess, numb how we feel. Whether that's weed, that could be liquor, that could be, you know, sports activities, doing some wild, crazy shit. Mine was woman. You know, I would use this, you know, this nice ass charm, this charisma. I got my own place, I got my car, I got my money, and I would sweep women off their feet. You know, and I would start something and then just drop them off, and that's cool and dandy if that's what you're all about. But that's what I'm saying is that was all I was about. I wasn't on my purpose. I wasn't on my grind. I was doing just enough to get by. That's it, just enough. But I know who I am now. Like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm a man with 2 kids. I got 2 boys looking up to me. I don't want them to be like me. Why? Because I was doing a lot of things because I was hurt. I was hurt. Hurt people hurt other people. So me sleeping all these other women and giving them, you know, false validation in a sense of, oh yeah, we'll be together, and let me get them draws. And then at the end of the day, just drop them off, that would hurt them. And then I would create a negative narrative about men. Now don't get me wrong, it's not my fault. It's not all my fault. But what I'm saying is like, yo, definitely you can't blame all that on me or blame that on men. But in the end, if majority of the men are like this, what do we really give people the exact feeling to, I guess, feel about? I think I said that wrong. But you guys know what I mean. Vinny Matthews here, man. So, what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is, you have to let go of women. You just have to, you know. I'm not saying in a way that, yo, women are distractions, but women are distractions. You know, you should be grinding. You should be figuring out who you are, because at the end of the day, like, yo, if she's not an asset to your life, she's just a liability. That's all she is. And I wish I would have understood that at the end of the day, man. Back in the day, you had the story telling us, you know, like, of course I understand, like, you know, behind every great man is a great woman, but you have to be a great man first. And I wasn't a great man. I was just a man doing my thing. Right now, I'm in a position in my life, man, I'm trying to be a great man. I'm trying to be a high man, a highly valued man. I'm trying to be a man with purpose, you know? That's all that matters. The more that I chase my purpose, the more that women are going to chase me at the end of the day. So whatever, you know, like, so I'm just like, yo, it's time to let go. Woman, I'm done. No, I'm not gay. I'm just done. Now, I'm not saying you have to be done for the long run, but I still got a lot of healing that I got to do with myself. I still got a lot of soul searching that I have to do. I still have a lot of things I need to learn about myself. And it's crazy how the universe works. The more that you work on yourself, the things that you've been trying to chase before naturally starts chasing you. So what do I look like out here chasing women all day? What do I look like wasting my time sleeping with countless of different women? That shit gotta stop. That shit gotta stop. It's not taking you nowhere. It never took me nowhere. Granted, yes, you know, what am I gonna talk about? Like, when I get old, like, oh, how many women I slept with? Or can I talk about, oh, this is the business that I brought up, or this is what I can leave my family when I pass away? Those things are more important, man. There's always gonna be women out there. There's always gonna be pussy out there, man. Always. And like I said, that's just what I had to learn the hard way, man. I was fat my whole life, so like I never got female attention, and when I finally got it, man, I went crazy. Your boy went crazy, man. But that's a different story, man. But furthermore, guys, I don't want to make this video too long, but you gotta let go, women, fellas. Let them go. Focus on you. Focus on your purpose. The woman will come. Trust me, but you're not missing out. I swear to God, you're not missing out on anything. You busting a nut, you wasting out your energy for what, a couple of minutes? Yo, it doesn't last long, but your purpose is forever. Your purpose was made for you. And granted, yes, I understand you want to experience the human experience, but Take it from me. Like, I've slept with a lot of women. You know, it's not a competition, but to me, it was just like, yo, let me sleep with more. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, just like, man, it is what it is. You know, I sleep with somebody and she's just gonna sleep with 5 other dudes. It is what it is. Like, you know. But to wrap up this video, guys, what I want you guys to take from this video is, yo, at the end of the day, yo, I'm always gonna be there. Do more for yourself than you do for women. Understand that there's more to life than just sleeping with women. I'm Eddie Matthews, everybody, and I'm out.